You had a news story you thought was pretty funny,
Oh yeah.
or not funny, but just
Well, I'm just angry at this guy named Kevin Cullen.
Kevin Cullen.
During the storm, he thought that the news commentators weren't being panicky enough. Weren't saying that it was the apocalypse. I don't know. This guy just wants to die. I guess he's just really into.
He really likes like living in fear.
Yeah, he's kind of like these. I'm gonna wait for a child to like leave a school,
Yeah.
so I can, you know, chop them up kind of people.
Jeez.
Yeah, but he writes for the Boston Globe, so
Oh,
no, no,
cool.
no. He
So
he
he's
doesn't
legit.
actually do that. I was just
Yeah.
joking. I forgot. Like you get in trouble with those.
Yeah. Well, didn't we have a
Um,
sound effect? Didn't we have a sound effect for
Boing.
Yeah, boing. Every time there is like something we say that is a joke that could potentially get us in trouble.
The
Boing.
allegedly sound effect.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Allegedly, something like that.
$1 million lawsuit.
Why don't you read a little bit of it? What's the
Okay.
intro like?
I was going to do that, Dan. That was what I was about to do. Now I'm not going to do it.
All right. No, we can do that. Are you sure? Do you want to go get some food after the show or anything? Or
Yeah, I would love to.
okay, cool. Like a pizza?
It's too nice.
It's too
man.
nice. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll read it.
Okay.
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 The end of the world. I don't see the point of writing this column because no one is going to read it. The world is about
okay.
to.
All right. Let's start. Is this guy like he's like about to kill himself?
I told you.
With an intro like that?
I don't know why he doesn't like himself. Like, look in the mirror, man.
Does he think he writes for the comment at Bridgewater State? Like he's like no one's even gonna read this. It's the Boston Globe. Like
He's on the front page. I don't know why. I don't know why he thinks.
I know this is on the front page and everybody sees this like when they're coming out of the train station or any store in Boston, but you're not even gonna read it. Blah.
I was a journalist in high school. Part of the journalist crew. Then I moved my way up. Interning at New York Post. Didn't get any jobs for about 20 years. Then I came to Boston because I was down on my luck. Finally, the Globe hired me. And, yeah, I don't see the point of writing this column because no one is going to read it. The world is about to end. Like, what? Why are you...
Oh, the world is about to end kind of adds a new. So now so now I hate it for a different reason.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought it was like him being like self-deprecating, like he's like trying to be all sad.
He's trying
about
to
it.
make a point here.
Yeah, but now it's like he's trying to be funny, which is like leave that to us. Am I right?
Yeah, what's your
Leave
major?
that to what's your major? WBIM. But now he's like trying to make a joke. He's like, because the world's gonna end. Wink, wink. No, it's not. Like, I don't know.
You told him.
Yeah. You think he listens?
Actually, I don't know. I think he's dead, but let's
Died in the
continue.
snow. Yeah, go on.
Having watched TV nonstop for 24 hours, I sent the. Why are you watching so much TV, man? Aren't you supposed to be writing?
Well, I think he's lying. Is the first thing. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I think that's actually just what he does. Like, his wife doesn't love him, and so he has to watch the news all day. I'm sorry.
Oh man, sad life.
This is sad. She has not come back. She was headed to Shaw's in Weymouth, because their deli is sumptuous.
All right, now you're the target. Weymouth.
It's just way too much mouth. I don't like all this.
If this guy's here, we want him to be offended by this. If he hears this, he's gonna be like, "Oh, Weymouth, really?"
Look,
You're not from Massachusetts, though, correct?
Yeah, so you had to give me a pass. I mean, I'm like one of the top insult comics in the state.
Yeah.
And actually the country. Dave Chappelle named me like, "Oh, you could be the next Richard Pryor." I was like, "Thank you."
Oh.
And yeah, so yeah, I have trouble reading.
Go on though. So hey, do some more of it.
Okay. I'm gonna continue now.
All right, go ahead.
Because that's actually the first word of the next sentence that I'm gonna read.
Oh, okay.
Because their deli is sumptuous and the guy who cuts the meat has a great beard and is a fine conversationalist. But knowing my missus, he spelled Mrs. Missus, which I guess is how you spell it, but miss us?
How did he spell it?
Missus.
You?
Yeah. Like miss us.
Either. Oh.
I think he killed himself and his wife. That's what happened.
There's like hints in here.
But again, boing, that didn't happen. I'm guessing she tried to save on gas and drove up to the Hannafords in New Norwell. And let's face it, she's probably been trampled by the good women of Hingham, Rockland, and Hanover as they filled their carriages with bagels, coffee, and lemon pledge. I love my wife, but frankly, these are powerless times. Snow of epic proportions. And if she had to go like this, trying to feed her family, then at least it was a noble end.
This is in the Boston Globe?
This is the Boston Globe.
Oh, my God.
This is just some guy who's really negative.
People say, like, print journalism is dying. I think it's dead. Like, I think
it's been dead.
Yeah, it's been dead for a while. Like, and people like, oh, this is like, you can't get your news from the internet. What are you, like, some kind of idiot? You got to, like, read it like a smart person. You know how smart people read the newspaper? This is what's in the newspaper. Like, this is not sophisticated at all.
This is terrible.
It's way too personal. Just like, who cares? Like,
why are you talking about your wife going to the store and not coming back? Did you tell your wife that you don't want her to come back?
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, what is this dude doing?
At least she was trying to
What's his
provide
name
for
again?
her family. Like,
what's his name again?
You should be sad. Kevin Cullen.
Kevin Cullen. Does he work there?
I mean, he writes for the Globe, so I assume he does. I don't think it's just like.
Is it op-ed?
Yeah, it's just it's front page of Metro.
Oh my goodness.
In the meantime, I've been surfing through the channels, and it occurs to me that I don't even know any of the weather people anymore, except maybe Harvey Leonard. What the flip happened?
Did you censor yourself, or I mean, they can't put the real F word in the Boston Globe. He said flip, right?
He said flip.
No comment. Go on.
He said flip?
Yeah, what is that?
Well, how old is he?
Was he Bill Cosby? Like, well, I mean, we won't talk about that at all.
I didn't mean to do that. What the flip? J.C. Monahan's a news anchor now. Where's Ed Carroll? Ed's from Quincy, for cripe's sake. I saw him at the South Shore Plaza once. I trusted him. Where's Ed? Why does this matter so much to you, Kevin?
This makes me laugh because, like, all of this isn't, like, in the context of, this is in the newspaper. Like, this is in the Boston Globe, mind you, too, which is, like, people are like, oh, the Boston Herald's a rag. Like, that thing's, like, the Globe. It's sophisticated.
That's where the upperclassmen read.
Yeah. Read barely funny.
One town over.
I wouldn't even say that's barely funny. I would just call that not funny, Kevin.
What? Why? This isn't supposed to be in the news. This is just personal stuff that you should be keeping to yourself.
I would be bored if he told me this in person. Like, never mind, he thought it was good enough for a newspaper. I would be like, Kevin, shut up. Like, who cares? All right, go on.
So you just miss Ed?
Yeah, it's like so
just
much.
This news dude.
He starts off with like, so the opening line is like, oh, who cares? And then like he's like, I can top that. Here's another detail that no one will care about. People will care less about this. How about I bring Ed into this? Like, even less interesting. Like,
and he's trying to appeal to the Quincy crowd. Like, he's from Quincy. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We all miss Ed. He was a good boy.
Yeah,
like,
you know, the red line, huh? He's like one of those motivational speakers who comes to, oh, by the way, I got to write that down. I got to tell you about this motivational speaker I saw here. I'll tell you about that after. That'll be great. But
we can all go ride the T together.
Yeah.
And read my article.
You know how those motivational speakers will come and be like, you know, I was just in Pittsburgh and not a good-looking crowd, but you guys, and yeah, like, and then everyone's like, us? Yeah, we're hot. Yeah, like,
That's right.
yeah,
We're from Boston. Boston's strong.
yeah.
My wife's at the grocery store. Hope she doesn't come back. Let's see here. I was talking to the mayor. Oh, so he's a big shot now. Marty Walsh, about the storm. Why didn't he just say the mayor? Why did he have to say the mayor's name? Marty Walsh?
Isn't this is kind of, I mean, related but unrelated to the article? Don't you think Marty is like a little?
Hey, Marty.
How about Martin? You're the mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can call me Marty. Yeah, come over for a beer. I'm the mayor of Boston. Like it's just a little bit like, it's like me going by like, I don't know. Danny does, yeah, like, hey, I'm the mayor, Danny.
It's also like the village, blah, blah, blah. Like,
Yeah.
Marty, the misogynist.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, I'm Governor Shawnee. Like, you can call me by my nickname, the boss. Like, it's just so like, how about a little decorum? But put a suit on, do your job. I'm not calling you Marty. If I see you, it's Martin.
So I was talking to Billy Bob about the storm, and he seemed positively sanguine about the situation. Marty, says I. It's the apocalypse. I just saw it on TV. Boston's mayor responded with some tripe about using common sense and common courtesy, and we'll get through this. And I'm thinking, what's got into this guy? Keeping his head when everybody's around him is losing theirs? I'm very worried about Marty. This is Charlie Baker's first ride at the snow rodeo as governor, and he was steely calm when he showed up at the bunker in Framingham Monday afternoon. He's ditched his predecessors, ma fleece, in favor of a suit, a sturdy raft of placidity in a sea of panic. What fun is that? He's as bad as Marty. So he's just mad that the news anchors are wearing suits now instead of their dirty fleeces because they weren't getting paid enough.
Yeah, I mean, I think there may be some. I think there's like, do you think there's an ironic element to this where he's like winking, like he maybe really likes that they're less panicked and they're more professional, but he's doing some comedy bits and like trying to, like, oh, I hate it that everyone is calm or something like that. Or do you really think his point of view is that he misses?
I
the
actually
panic?
don't know because I read this article twice, and it seems like he wants both. Like
Yeah.
he's not being clear with what he wants.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, it just seems like he's just like riffing.
yeah, he's trying to riff on the
Like,
front page of the Metro.
Yeah. For those of you, this is a little inside baseball. Riffing is when comedians will just not do their material and just try to come up with random things to say, sometimes based off what the crowd will say, what the crowd's doing. But it's
Yeah, Dan and I never riff. We always do planned.
strict, by the book. My crowd work is it's pretty planned.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like did you have a good time in high school?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. It reminds me when I was in high school, and I'll just tell my joke like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's pretty brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Whatever they say, you're set up.
Yeah. Dan Quinn is my comedy mentor as well.
Yeah. You think like Chappelle,
He beats me.
Chris Rock, Dan Quinn.
Yep.
Great. Black comics.
Just black.
Black. I'm in that club.
Mm-hmm.
Cosby, you're out.
Sorry, man.
Personal transgressions.
Media gotcha.
Yeah. You know what's weird about that whole thing? Besides what he did to those women,
Yeah.
is that
Which was so normal.
oh yeah, great.
Yeah, that was
great
the
guy.
weird part.
A real boing. Totally joking. Awful man. But like that information was all just out there, and everyone already knew about it. Well, not every. I guess it wasn't in the collective consciousness, but like he, like Hannibal Buress, a great comedian, like did one bit about it, and somebody filmed it and put it on the internet, and now it's huge. Everybody, like, nobody cared before.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby was getting like some Lifetime Achievement Award for comedy like a year ago, and those reports they still existed. It's kind of strange.
I think it's because comedy is in the best place right now than it's ever been. Like, people are really focused on comedians and listening to what they have to say, especially with Netflix and there's so many specials out. So people are like, oh, well, we should listen to Hannibal because Hannibal knows what he's talking about. And then Bill Cosby. I mean, sorry, man. You're just too old to be knitting sweaters. Like, you can't be doing this.
I mean, he's not too old to be knitting sweaters, though.
Sweaters? Yeah. What am I saying,
He's the
man?
perfect age to knit sweaters.
I need to
but no,
strangle myself with a sweater.
I agree with you about, like, people who, like, when I was younger, like my favorite comic is like Todd Barry. And yeah. You like comedy and you do comedy and stuff, so you know who he is.
Yeah.
Like, nobody knows who that is, like my friends who don't like comedy.
Yeah, your friends suck.
Yeah, but, like, people will come up to me and be like, "Do you see, like, the Bill Burr thing?" And I'm like, you watch comedy at all? Like, most people only watch like the top 3. They watch, like, Dane Cook, Louis C.K., like, I don't know,
Bill Burr,
Chris Rock. Yeah, I guess Bill Burr is, like,
glad I could contribute.
Yeah, I guess he's that big now, though. I guess, like,
he definitely is.
Yeah, he deserves it. He's great. But
once you hit Netflix like that, and everybody's talking about it, and there's reviews everywhere, like, you're big.
Yeah, but like, Moshe Kasher has a Netflix special, and nobody.
Yeah, but nobody cares.
Yeah, no one has come up to me and said, like, "Have you seen the new Moshe?" Like, I mean, I like Moshe Kasher.
I like him.
I also like comedy, though. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Bill Burr's more of a everyman. He's more of like
I totally negated.
Marty Walsh.
Yeah, Billy Burr. He was running for mayor. Billy, I'd vote for Bill Burr for mayor.
I'd definitely vote for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh man, that guy can talk. What? Just for the speeches, it'd be great.
Just for his pale skin, just see him.
Yeah.
Freezing out there.
Yeah. I mean, I totally negated. No, as always, no point has been made. Like, we tried to just talk a little bit seriously and, like, actually make points.
Yeah.
And so my first point was, like, people know all these comedians that they wouldn't have known before. And then I brought up Moshe Kasher, and I was like, oh, yeah, I guess they don't. Like,
yeah, that's because you're dumb. But that's okay.
Yeah. So I don't know who's.
We work through this.
Yeah, we'll work through it. Who's the equivalent? Oh, sorry. We got a Super Bowl update.
What?
Russell Wilson, quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, just ran in a 5-yard touchdown. It's tied up 7-7.
Okay, cool.
Great.
Go Pates.
Yeah. Do you really think I'm dumb, man?
Yeah.
I try so hard, though.
I mean, everybody thinks you're dumb.
I mean, now that you say it, like, people have been saying that to me
Your
my entire life.
mom doesn't love you.
She says that.
Yeah.
I go, I love you, and she goes, no.
No.
Yeah, she dropped me off at the train station.
I said no.
I was like, I love you, and she goes, no, and just drove away.
Get out of here.
Yeah. She spit on my shoe. She's like, I'm out.
Can you pick up some milk?
Yeah. I'm just like, no. That's all my mother says. She knows one word. My mother's a nurse. She's made it 20 years in the business.
Yeah.
Just saying no. Can I get some insulin? No.
Can you please call my family members because I'm about to die?
That's how she says.
No.
That's how she says it too. Talks like that. Oh, you know what? We really got off track.
Oh yeah,
What's going on with this article?
Oh yeah. Okay. So it's almost done. Guess I should continue.
Yeah, finish it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue now. The governor actually had the audacity to point out that it snows around here, and sometimes it snows a lot. He obviously didn't get the memo. What kind of irony? What is this? What is this trying to comment on? Like, okay.
I think as two guys who have done like 7 hours just about of making no point in a public forum, I think he's doing the same thing we're doing.
I think he's on the up and up.
Yeah. he's coming up like us.
He's doing it big.
Yeah.
This is no time for level-headedness. Blizzards are like roller coasters. They're only fun if they scare the bejeebers out of you. He said that.
Oh, man.
I want the governor on the PIP screen talking about how Worcester has more or less disappeared, while Pete Bouchard is on the larger screen telling us we're all going to die. By my count, there are about a half a dozen new weather people on channels 4, 5, 7, and 25 since the last big storm. And if they don't show the appropriate amount of hysteria during this, their first New England blizzard, I say ship their sorry carcasses back to wherever Hicks Station they came from. We're in East Boston, like.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can tell how well his jokes are working by just like listening to our reactions to his material. Like you just read it, and we just made eye contact and looked at each other. Like, why would he write that?
Why are you making jokes on the Metro anyway? This is next to his article is women sentenced in 13 New Hampshire bike deaths.
Oh my god! But it's like by the same guy. Like, remember when people didn't die on bikes? Hippity boopity boop. I was talking to Marty Walsh.
Marty has something to say about this.
Yeah.
Is this storm? Oh, yeah. I'm just going to skip a little bit. I got a Facebook message from a friend who grew up in Chelsea but is now working in Spain. Is this storm, she asked, going to be as bad as they're all saying? Oh, far worse, I told her. There are going to be no bananas in the supermarkets. Yes, they have no bananas. And the stores have run out of everything. I went to Staples to get one of those long wooden rulers, but the sales ladies told me some guy in a cool puffy parka came in earlier and bought them all. She was pretty sure he was from one of the TV stations. When I asked how she could be so sure, she sounded like Warren Zevon. His hair was perfect. We've got one more paragraph.
Oh, thank God.
I don't know if I can read it.
Something like this really shouldn't be boring, right? Like, it's like this guy is coming out just joke, and it's still the most boring thing in that newspaper, I bet.
A blizzard just happened. Just talk about the blizzard, dude. Like, okay, this was the amount of wind.
Exactly. I would be more interested. The other day I was literally just looking up how many inches of snow like different towns got.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting.
Like
to
I
me.
did that before I went to sleep and when I woke up.
Yeah.
Like that's what's fun.
Front page too. So it's like some humorless like editor was like, oh Kevin, you killed it. Throw that in the paper. You genius.
Serious?
You gotta finish it though. You gotta finish it. I gotta hear the end. I want to hear his closer, because this is like a stand-up routine, isn't it?
This is like Billy Crystal's Jasmine.
Yeah, Billy Crystal is only a little bit worse than this, which is like as a great an insult as I can pay anything.
Kevin Cullen is a newspaper writer that is imitating a newspaper writer. Like,
yeah,
he's trying to be something that, you know.
This article is worse than blackface.
I thought you were gonna say black people, and I was like, damn.
No. I feel
black,
like
only.
I am black, also white, but
I know you're only black.
I think if you're like identifiable as like
Black.
Yeah, like you're just black, like you can't. I could say I'm black, but I can't say I'm white. Like,
Yeah,
that doesn't work.
and also like what I make you do for me, it doesn't really, like there's no reason you should say you're white.
Yeah,
All right, I'm glad we agree.
Do you want to go get something after this? Get food or something?
Yeah, you could get me some food after this.
Okay, cool. I'll run out. I'll come back.
All right,
Go ahead.
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, mine ain't. I've been wearing a wool hat since Sunday. I even wore my hat and boots to sleep. My wife was upset about that, but then that may no longer be an issue.
That was the end of it?
That's it.
I mean, this silence that we just had and that look we just shared says everything there is to say about this. Like, it's even hard to make fun of.
Kevin, if your wife actually does die, I really want to see the next article.
I want to see your joke article with your dead wife.
Just how many jokes can you roll out after that one?
Let's see your wacky obituary, Kevin.